In this video, we'll be finding the surface area and volume of a right circular cone. Our problem is to find the total surface area and volume of the cone shown below. And you can see from our sketch that the radius is 8 centimeters and the slant height is 10 centimeters. So this is slant height, which is usually L. That's the variable that we use to indicate the slant height. And then this is my radius, and that's R. Notice also that the height is not given, and that's H. And so we'll have to find the height. These are the formulas that we'll be needing to use. So press pause to copy down the problem and the formulas. When you're ready to continue, press play. Now for lateral surface area, we'll need the radius and the slant height. And for the total surface area, then we'll need the area of the base, which is pi r squared, and then add to that the lateral surface area. For the volume, I'm going to need my radius and my height. So I need to find this value for h. Now we can use the cross section here and get this right triangle and use that to find h with the Pythagorean Theorem. If you're familiar with your Pythagorean triples, we have a hypotenuse of 10. So if we take 3, 4, 5 and double each of those dimensions, we'll get 6, 8, 10, which gives me a height of 6. But let me go ahead and use the Pythagorean theorem just to show you that it can be done either way. We know that the squares of the legs added together, so h squared plus 8 squared, has to equal the square of the hypotenuse, which is 10 squared. So h squared plus 64 equal to 100. We'll subtract 64 from both sides. And we have h squared is equal to 36. Now to get h by itself, we want to square root both sides. Algebraically, this would be h is equal to plus or minus 6, but since we can't have a negative dimension, we'll just write h is equal to 6. That is that dimension. Our lateral surface area for a cone is pi RL. Now to remember that, I always think of Pearl, because pi is pi, and then RL. So Pearl helps me to remember this formula. So my lateral surface area of my cone is pi. My radius is 8. And my slant height is 10. So my lateral surface area is 80 pi. I know that this is centimeters, so since it's area, this will be centimeters squared. Then my total surface area for the cone is my lateral surface area plus pi r squared. So lateral surface area was 80 pi, and then I'm going to add to that pi times 8 squared. So I have 80 pi plus 64 pi gives me a total surface area for my cone of 144 pi. And this is still area, so we want centimeters squared. Now the problem also asked us to find the volume. So I'll put that over here. Volume of a cone is similar to the volume of a pyramid, but the pyramid we can have any shaped base. So it's 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Well, for a cone, since our base is a circle, the area of our base then is pi r squared. So this changes just a little bit, but if you wanted to remember 1/3 area of the base times the height, that would be fine. If you remembered that the area of a circle is pi r squared. So 1/3 pi r squared h. So we have 1/3 and then pi. My radius was 8, so this is 8 squared. And my height, now they're talking about the altitude, the height, not the slant height. So that's 6. Alright, this is 1/3 pi times 64 times 6. So if we do the math here, we get 128 pi. And since this is volume, my units are cubic centimeters.